everybody, this is Buck Reed coming to you from Switzerland, and we're going to talk about underdogs because if any of you watched football this last weekend, you know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are now going to play the Arizona Cardinals in the Super Bowl, and it's a huge, huge underdog story. If any of you watched the inauguration yesterday, you saw President Obama get sworn into office. Another huge, huge underdog story. So what we're going to talk about here is being an underdog because, see, just because we live in the United States of America, the greatest country in the entire world, doesn't mean that someone is going to become wealthy. Now think about that for a second. Why is it that we live in the greatest, most powerful, freest country in the entire world, and there's so many people there that are doing bad right now? I know everyone's heard of being in a recession, and everyone's heard about all the things that are going wrong, but let's look at some of the things that are going right. Number one, the best time to be in a home-based business is during a recession. The home-based business arena, network marketing companies always flourish during this period of time because it's when people are reevaluating that the system is not working. Now, as a lot of you know, we talk all the time about the fact that we left Europe, England specifically, because of 13% tax. Our great-great ancestors said they're sick and tired of paying 13% tax and started their own country. Don't you think that they were underdogs, leaving a country, going somewhere they had no idea where they were going to go? Of course they were. Weren't the odds against them? Of course it was. But they did it anyway. Right now, the majority of you watching this know that the system is not working. Right? 3% of the population are wealthy. The rest of us are broke. And if you don't want to be on that broke side, you're going to have to do something different. You know, we say all the time, you can't do what broke people do and expect to get wealthy. The Arizona Cardinals have been told for the last 60 years that they're not supposed to win. They're not supposed to win. They're not supposed to win. Now they're in the Super Bowl. Right? Why? They brought in a coach who thought different. They came from a winning team, being the Pittsburgh Steelers, and brought that philosophy into that team, and look at them now. Well, what would happen if we had you a coach that could teach you how to think like a 3%er instead of a 97%er? And that's exactly what MVP Worldwide will do. If you come to our training program, come spend a weekend with Sherry Sharman. I'll put her track record up against anybody in this industry. Come spend a weekend with myself. You know, we've been able to build huge sales teams because we have a winning philosophy. We have a system for the average Joe. I'm an average Joe. You know, I was nothing special. I mowed lawns for 7 years. But if we can get you in that system, you'll be amazed at how you can go from being an underdog and not being where you want, because that's what most people do. Most people settle. You know, I've had friends, or so-called friends, that decided to settle. You know, they knew what they wanted, they knew what they could have had, but they decided to settle and stay where they're at despite all the crazy things they said to me. And that's one thing you're going to find out. You can't go by what people tell you. You have to go by their actions. I look at the fact that right now, there is no better time to be involved in a home-based business than right now. So come spend a weekend with Sherry. Come spend a weekend with myself. Number one, you're going to have a great time with us. But number two, you will learn how to go from being an underdog to becoming a success story and having the American dream. So take care. God bless. This is the message of the week coming to you from Switzerland right after a total underdog weekend between the two teams getting to the Super Bowl and our new now President Obama. Take care and God bless.